This could be the superfood that saves your life during the next crisis. It's probably the most nutritious food on earth that requires absolutely no refrigeration. This superfood was invented during the Cold War. In order to survive a possible nuclear attack, America needed a new kind of bunker food. The requirements were very daunting. This new superfood had to be extremely nutritious, incredibly cheap, easily reproducible on a massive scale, and long-lasting without refrigeration. After 5.5 years and hundreds of failed experiments, one military scientist finally cracked the food code. It was called the Doomsday Ration, and its recipe was kept secret for decades. With it, you could keep an adult well-fed for just 37 cents a day. Our government ended up stockpiling huge amounts of Doomsday Rations in shelters all across the country for a war that never came. But this food didn't spoil, and it was eventually put to good use. Over 150,000 tons worth of Doomsday Rations were unearthed and sent for emergency relief all over the world. Even today, more than 60 years later, full boxes are being discovered from time to time. They're still completely edible.
They still look fine.
Oh my God.
They taste like matzos.
Really?
Yeah, they're good.
But this is just one of the 126 survival foods that you can find in the Lost Superfoods. In this book, you will discover not just the recipes of this long-lasting food, but full instructions with pictures as well as long-term storage and nutritional values. Today, I would like to share with you the one ingredient you need to make your own Doomsday Rations, but also some other powerful lost foods that you will find in this book. With this book on your shelf, you can banish the fears of starvation for good. And there is even more, because if you act right now, you'll also get 2 other reports for free. The first one is called an underground year-round greenhouse in your backyard, and it's made for people with limited space available in their backyards. Not only do you get your 3 meals a day a lot cheaper, but we get them no matter what the weather outside looks like. Rain or shine, our year-round greenhouse puts food on the table. It's a perpetual food garden hidden from sight, and it could be yours too. All it takes to build is a couple of days of leisurely work and around $200 in raw materials. It's called the year-round greenhouse because you get 2 harvests per year, and you might even get 3 or 4 depending on your local climate. I'm sure you can also see that besides being the only garden that you can really count on, the underground year-round greenhouse literally puts money in your pocket in the long run. All that while being completely invisible to outsiders or to government watchdogs. The second bonus you'll get is called Projects from 1900 that will help you in the next crisis. 100 years ago, people were a lot more self-sufficient than your average American today. They had backyard medicine gardens, smokehouses, root cellars, wells, charcoal to purify water, and traps for wild game and fish alike, just to name a few. You see, food is just one part of the survival equation. Maybe the most important one, this bonus will give you everything else you need to make it once society breaks down. A way to get water, build a shelter, secure your property against looters, and so forth. If you choose to get the Lost Superfoods right now, I'll also send you these 2 exclusive bonuses that would normally cost about $27 each for free. You'll also get direct access to our members area and our email, where you can ask our team anything about making and preserving survival foods. But first, let me ask you something. How much is you and your family's food security worth? People in Leningrad paid small fortunes, jewelry, gold, and diamonds for just a handful of crumbs. What do you think they would have given to have all of Smart Boris's foods and other superfoods found in this book before the crisis? Anything. But I don't want to get rich off of selling this book. I want to prevent as many Americans as possible from starving in the next crisis. Some friends and neighbors of mine who saw the first edition and ate some of the survival foods told me I'd be a fool to price it for less than $100. You know what? Maybe I am. Because today you can get the Lost Superfoods plus the 2 bonuses for a one-time payment of just $37. But the only way to get it is to click on the big button below this video. Like I told you before, my greatest reward is to see as many Americans as possible add these survival foods to their pantries before it's too late. Before the next crisis empties our stores and our Walmart food spoils in broken refrigerators. Before we starve and have to see our loved ones suffer. And I am so convinced that this book will change your life that I am also willing to extend to you our honor guarantee. I learned long ago that a man is only as good as his word. And because I always put my money where my mouth is, I'm willing to shoulder the risk on this one for you. So click on the button below. Go through the Lost Superfoods at your own pace. And when you're done, you have to be 100% thrilled and happy with this deal. If for any reason at all you feel this book did not deliver, or you want to get your money back, you will get it within 24 hours from the moment you send my team the request. You don't even have to answer any questions. Simply send a quick email in the next 60 days and ask for a refund. That's right. You have 2 months to test drive the Lost Superfoods and enjoy the 2 bonuses that come with it. This is my personal honor guarantee to you. So is it a deal? I hope so. Now I've done my part. The rest is totally up to you. The way I see it, you have 3 options here. First, you could choose to disregard everything I've told you and blindly trust that America will not face a crisis and that food will always be plentiful, no matter what. But even smaller emergencies, like hurricanes and tornadoes or blizzards, show that is a false assumption. Food is always hoarded as people panic. And unless you want to fight tooth and nail for the last can on the shelf with someone twice your size, you need a better way. You could also try to get all these lost recipes on your own. Trust me, it's a gargantuan task. We were only able to accomplish it because of our dedicated team. And it still took years to track down the few old-timers who still remembered how to cook these extremely powerful survival superfoods. So if you've got thousands of dollars and months of free time to spare, you can try to do it yourself. But the best way, I think, is to take advantage of this unique offer I'm putting in front of you today. We've done the work, so you don't have to. All the survival foods your family will ever need to stay well-fed and healthy during the worst of times are inside the Lost Superfoods. These are the foods that saved countless lives during famines and food shortages, and they'll do the same for you and yours should the time come. It could be tomorrow, or it could be 5 years from now. We never know when a crippling crisis is going to hit until it's too late. Of course, in a crisis, you'll eat anything sooner or later. But why not eat something that not only fills your belly, but also lifts your spirits? So there you have it. Stay well-fed and prosper like Fat Boris and others like him by taking advantage of the ingenuity and resourcefulness of countless generations that have come face to face with starvation and widespread food shortages and lived to tell the tale. I've saved every superfood that saved them for you inside the Lost Superfoods. All you need to do is click the Add to Cart button and start building the most inexpensive yet highly nutritious and long-lasting food stockpile you could ever imagine. I believe there are only a few moments in life that can change it for many, many years to come. This may be one such moment for you and your family. Although when food is still available, you might not realize it. I really hope you'll make the right choice here and add the most powerful survival foods in history to your bookshelf today and in your pantry tomorrow. There's never been a better time in our history to do it. God bless you and your family. From your friend, my name's Aaruul.